In this video, we're going to be talking about target audience.
Thriller films are aimed towards a wide target audience. However, it all depends on the type of thriller film because some subgenres are different than others. Psychological thrillers are mainly aimed for over 18s because they include a lot of violence and some psychological issues, which can be very disturbing for young viewers. Psychological thrillers allow the audience to play detectives along with the characters of the film to solve a mystery, so the audience need to be attentive and have a focused mind.
Why it is rated as it is, for example, contains strong language and violence. The target audience can also be shown by the characters in the movie because if the main characters are female, it is most likely that it's aimed for a female audience, whereas if there's male characters, it is more likely to be aimed for men. For psychological thrillers, the target audience tends to be a mixed gender of 25 to 45 years old because of the amount of mystery and the depth of the plot.
Whereas the horror films tend to be aimed towards the younger male gender due to the amount of gore and blood. Compared to a general horror film, which is more concentrated on special effects, costume and makeup, a horror thriller film contains a deeper plot for an audience that enjoy gore but Compared to a general horror film, which is more concentrated on special effects, costume and makeup, a horror thriller film contains a deeper plot for an audience that enjoy gore but also look forward for a good plot to keep them in. The Saw films, for example, which have widened the target for horror films,
Look at it, doing it on purpose, isn't it?
Yeah. The Saw films, for example, which have widened the target for horror thriller films, contain a fair amount of gore but also have important plots.
Crime drama target audience are usually aimed for both females and males. However, males are stereotypically the ones that are mostly involved in the crime. The certificate is 15. Therefore, that is where the target audience age range begins from. But some crime storylines are difficult to follow, so the age range will be higher because they will understand it more.
Action thriller films are usually aimed at a male audience in their late teens, due to the amount of action, violence and intensity that may appeal to a younger audience. They include a large amount of special effects and loud noises to create an atmosphere which generally does not attract the older generation.
Can you imagine if it ran out of battery?